December 2nd is shaping up to be one of the most emotionally explosive days Los Angeles has seen in months. Old wounds reopen, unlikely alliances form, love triangles shift, and guilt becomes the invisible puppeteer pulling strings from behind the scenes. Across the Forrester, Logan, and Spencer worlds, unresolved grudges rise like ghosts from a stormy past, and the consequences echo through every conversation, every confrontation, every whispered confession. This is not just another typical day in the glamorous, dangerous, heartbreak-filled universe of the bold and the beautiful. This is the day sisters turn against each other, the day guilt drives a wedge between lovers, and the day one decision threatens to unravel several lives at once. What follows is a long, immersive, soap opera-style dive, giving you the full emotional tapestry, character psychology, unspoken fears, and unpredictable outcomes tied to this explosive December 2nd episode. Chapter 1, The Quiet Before the Storm. The morning begins deceptively normal in Los Angeles. A golden sunrise shines across the Forrester mansion, the soft light gliding over the polished marble floors, the elegant staircase, the framed family photos that hold decades worth of triumph and trauma. But inside the house, and across the city, tension crackles like electricity under the surface. Steffy Forrester is pacing. Her movements are sharp, restless, agitated, a woman wrestling with decisions that feel like they could topple her world. She keeps running her fingers through her hair, a subconscious tell that she's spiraling into overthinking. Across town, Hope Logan is doing the same. Two sisters not by blood but by fate, bound by a long history of rivalry, pain, love, and loss, both preparing to face truths they've spent too long avoiding. The story of this day is about them, but not only them. Because every soap conflict is a web, and every thread pulls on another. Chapter 2, Steffy's anger is brewing. Steffy stands over the kitchen counter at the Cliff House, barely hearing the ocean waves outside. The sound that usually calms her is no match for the storm inside her chest. She replays her latest confrontation with Hope in her mind. You crossed a line, Hope. And you know it. Maybe the line needed crossing. Steffy clenches her jaw. That response, so flippant, so careless, gnaws at her. For Steffy, lines matter. Boundaries matter. Family loyalty matters. But Hope has always been a dreamer, drifting through emotions as though morals are negotiable when love is involved. This time, Steffy thinks, Hope has gone far too far. What Hope did isn't fully revealed yet, but Steffy knows it felt like betrayal. Her biggest fear, that this isn't just a Logan versus Forrester thing, it's personal. Her inner monologue echoes. Why does Hope keep doing this? Why does she pretend she's innocent when she's not? Why can't she ever stay in her own lane? She rubs her temple, knowing today might be the day everything shatters again. Chapter 3, Hope's guilt takes center stage. Meanwhile, Hope Logan sits alone in the cabin. She's curled up on the sofa, arms wrapped around her knees, staring at the fireplace as if it holds answers she desperately needs. Hope is usually the embodiment of optimism. Soft-spoken, sweet, empathetic. But today she looks haunted, because Hope knows exactly what she did, and denial isn't soothing her conscience anymore. Hope's guilt isn't simple, it's layered. She didn't just tell a lie. She didn't just cross a line. She kept a secret, one that could change lives, hurt people she loves, maybe even shift an entire family dynamic. And Steffy knows, or at least part of it. Hope whispers to herself, if she tells everyone, I don't know what will happen. Her fear isn't about judgment. Her fear is about loss. Chapter 4, Liam makes an unwanted appearance. Just as Hope gathers the courage to stand, Liam enters the cabin without knocking. He still has that frantic, emotional energy that follows him everywhere, like he carries the world's problems in a backpack only he can feel. Hope tenses instantly. Liam looks at her with a mix of frustration and concern. We need to talk. Hope exhales slowly. Of course he wants to talk. Liam Spencer has never once in his life not wanted to talk. This time, though, Liam isn't the one in control. Hope's guilt affects how she speaks, softer, defensive, uneasy. Liam picks up on it immediately. Something's going on. I can feel it. Hope, what are you hiding? And just like that, Hope's chest tightens. She isn't ready, not for him, not for this. Chapter 5, Steffy and Thomas, a sibling showdown. Back at Forrester Creations, Steffy corners her brother Thomas. Thomas is staring at new designs on his tablet, trying to look calm, but his eyes flicker with tension. He knows his sister too well. When Steffy walks in like that, shoulders squared, eyes narrowed, someone is about to be confronted. Thomas, we need to talk. Now. Thomas sets the tablet aside and braces himself. Steffy unloads everything. Hope's actions, Hope's words, her attitude, the feeling of betrayal burning through her veins. Thomas listens, jaw tightening. He cares about Hope deeply. Too deeply, some would say. But Steffy's pain matters to him in a way no one else's does. For the first time in weeks, Thomas feels genuinely torn. Steffy ends her rant with, "If Hope won't come clean, I will. I'm done protecting her." Thomas freezes. Protecting Hope, protecting Steffy, he can't do both. Chapter 6, Brooke Logan enters the arena. No Logan crisis is complete without Brooke sweeping into the drama like a glamorous, emotional hurricane. Brooke finds Hope at the cabin. Hope has wiped away tears, but her eyes are glassy. Brooke sits beside her, brushing her daughter's hair away from her face. "Sweetheart, something is wrong. Talk to me." Hope breaks. Not fully, not enough to reveal everything, but enough to show she's drowning in guilt. Brooke holds her, whispering reassurances. But Brooke's intuition strikes like lightning. "This is about Steffy, isn't it?" Hope says nothing, and silence is all Brooke needs to confirm the worst. Chapter 7, When Sisters Collide. By midday, Hope and Steffy come face to face at Forrester. You could cut the tension with a diamond-encrusted knife. Employees in the hallway scatter the second they realize these two are about to speak. No one wants front row seats to a Logan Forrester showdown. Steffy's tone is icy. Hope's is shaky but firm. The argument explodes. Accusations. Denials. Old wounds dragged up like artifacts from ancient wars. Steffy calls Hope reckless. Hope calls Steffy controlling. Steffy demands the truth. Hope dodges with all the grace of someone trying to survive a hurricane with an umbrella. The climax hits when Steffy nearly shouts, "You think you're the only one who matters, Hope. You always play the victim while destroying everything around you." Hope's eyes fill again, not just from guilt, but from the sting of Steffy's words. This is the moment where both sisters realize they aren't fighting about one secret. They're fighting about everything: years of competition, heartbreak, jealousy, resentment, and buried wounds. Chapter 8, The Secret Revealed but not to who you expect. Hope doesn't break in front of Steffy. But afterward, she finds Thomas alone in the design office. Her voice is small, her hands shake, and for the first time, she tells someone the truth. Not the whole truth, but enough. Thomas is stunned, conflicted, worried, and for the first time since the storyline began, Thomas realizes Steffy is right, even if he understands Hope's motives more than anyone. He faces an impossible choice. Stay loyal to Hope, stand by Steffy, or reveal everything to protect multiple people. His guilt begins to mirror Hope's. Chapter 9, A Guilty Conscience Spreads Like Poison. By evening, several characters feel the weight of things unsaid. Hope carries guilt over the secret. Thomas carries guilt for knowing it. Steffy carries guilt for how she lashed out. Liam carries guilt for not being able to fix anything. Brooke carries guilt for pushing Hope too hard. And all of this creates a domino effect. When people feel guilty, they make emotional decisions. They say things they shouldn't. They seek comfort from unexpected places. They push away people who only want to help. December 2nd becomes a day of emotional unraveling across Los Angeles. Chapter 10, A Cliffhanger Ending. As night falls, Steffy makes a decision that could expose Hope. Hope decides she needs to confess, but not to Steffy. Thomas begins writing something down, a letter, a plan, a confession, no one knows. Brooke calls Ridge with alarming news. Liam vows to dig until he uncovers the truth. The episode closes with Hope staring at her own reflection, whispering, "What have I done?" A question with far-reaching implications, because the secret she carries doesn't just affect her. It affects Steffy, it affects Thomas, it affects their children, it affects the very foundation of the Forrester and Logan families. Epilogue, The Days to Come. This December 2nd storyline sets the stage for a deeper rift between Hope and Steffy. A confession that could change multiple relationships. More emotional unraveling for Thomas. A growing feud between Brooke and Steffy. Liam becoming a detective no one asked for. A secret so impactful that it threatens the peace of two powerful families. The fallout will be explosive and long-term.